The recent death of U.S. Supreme Court Associate Justice Antonin Scalia has inspired many who were close to him to reflect upon his life and legacy on the bench, including his legion of law clerks. Notre Dame law professor Amy Barrett is one of Justice Scalia's former clerks, and it's a pleasure to welcome her to the Notre Dame Day broadcast today. Amy, welcome.
Thank you.
And this must have been terrible news, just a complete shock for you.
It really was. I was at Mass, and I entered the vestibule after Mass and turned on my cell phone, and I had all these texts letting me know of his death. It was quite a shock.
I can only imagine. What was he like as a Supreme Court? What was it like to be a clerk to him as a Supreme Court judge?
Gosh, it was wonderful. It was exhilarating and intimidating all at the same time. The job of a law clerk is to give legal advice to the justice, so you help the justice hash out the case before oral argument, go toe-to-toe with him at the arguments on each side.
You have to know your stuff and be willing to debate a little bit.
You do. And you know, he treats you like an equal in these discussions, so you really have to be up to the task. And then you write the first draft of any opinion that he gets assigned after oral argument if it's your case.
Wow.
And he is an excellent writer, so it is an intimidating thing to turn in your draft to Justice Scalia.
I can only imagine. It's something you probably were quite nervous about, and yet it must have been exhilarating. What did you learn? Did you learn anything from Justice Scalia that you incorporate into your teaching here?
Absolutely. Justice Scalia was very rigorous intellectually. So in these conferences where you debated the merits of cases, you really had to be on your feet. You had to know your stuff inside and out. You had to be articulate. You had to be able to make your arguments and see things from every side. So I'm really able to bring that to the classroom because I had such great practice doing it with Justice Scalia. So I expect my students to know the cases inside and out, to be able to be articulate. And for writing, I mean, Justice Scalia demanded a lot as a writer. He himself was an excellent writer, and I'm able to take what I learned from him and help my students learn to write.
If some of your students are watching, I can only imagine saying, yeah, she's tough, right? Well, I understand Notre Dame is the only law school to have 3 alumni who have worked with him. As clerks?
I think actually Harvard has more than
we
do. But it is unusual that we do have 3 faculty members.
To have faculty,
unusual.
right. Okay, incredible. Just a wonderful opportunity for Notre Dame law students. Speak about that for a moment.
It is. So I think that, you know, we have faculty that clerked for Justice Kennedy, Justice O'Connor, us for Justice Scalia, former Chief Justice Rehnquist. And I think that all of the Supreme Court clerks on the faculty bring the same rigor I was describing to the students. I think that we also are able to prepare our students for clerkships very well. For a school our size and our rank, we place a tremendous number of students in appellate clerkships and some even at the Supreme Court. And our experience clerking as faculty enables us to prepare students for that.
You've been there, you've walked the walk, and now you're here teaching these students. Amy, thank you so much. Not only for what you do on a day-to-day basis, but also for being a part of this today and sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
What an opportunity to work with him as well.